Now I have like a list of like rapid fire questions that I was going to get to, but one of them was who was the most influential person in your career? I think you answered that.
In my life. Next
in your
question.
Life. Okay, well, we'll just get into that then before we wrap things up here. But I don't have to ask that one now. So that's great though. Okay, so these are meant to be fun. Hopefully you find them fun too. But name one thing that you have always stocked in your refrigerator.
Oscar Mayer bologna. Okay. I used to drink a lot of Pepsi, but now I'm getting older.
Did you get the Oscar Mayer bologna because you did commercials way back then? Did you ever do one of those commercials?
No.
Okay.
Now, did you fry that up or just a plain bologna guy?
Just plain. I'll just walk around and go, okay, and I'll go to the refrigerator and just grab 2 slices and eat it. Whatever.
Yeah. No carbs.
That's a good answer.
Yeah. No carbs. Very good. That Hebrew National salami I normally always have in the meat thing. Yeah.
Okay. Nice. If you had one superpower, what would it be?
I like it. To fly.
To fly?
Yeah.
Okay, where would you fly?
Why would you pick the power of flight?
Because I could get wherever the hell I wanted to get a whole lot faster.
Save on gas.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I didn't say save on gas. I would just want to be wherever in 25. I want to get to New Jersey in 25 minutes. Zippity dude. Okay, you're there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Makes sense to me. So if you only had the opportunity to play in one of the movies that you starred in, what would it be? And why?
You know, it's in my case, it's like an impossible question because the toy was so influential to my life.
It opened so many doors. Yeah.
Career-wise, whatever. Christmas Story makes me an iconic figure in Americana. The tongue on the flagpole, the bronze statue, the Monopoly boards, the action figures, the lunch boxes, all the crap, whatever. But it made me an icon of a generation, that still continues, which is still unbelievable. It's winning the lottery. It really is,
So that would be a draw, maybe.
I can't. It's impossible.
Okay. No, yeah.
Now, the fun part is Kidco, the movie I did in the middle, is really the movie I'm most proud of because I worked the hardest on it.
Yeah.
And I really, I did a job that I don't want to, again, I hate tooting my own horn. I went above and beyond. I kicked the shit out of it. Mm-hmm. I did things that 14-year-old kids don't do. I ran my own life. I ran my schedule. I worked overtime every day. As a child actor, again, you can't do it in California, but other states you can work overtime and all that stuff. They would come to me, and I was supposed to call my dad. I had a friend. We had a friend on the set who was an older guy. He was like an uncle. But they'd say overtime today. Okay, I'll make the call, and I'd go on my trail. I get a bottle of water, and I'd walk out and say, "Oh, we're fine." I busted my tush, and again, it's like Lucas was to Corey Haim. If it had come out and whatever, I think it would have put me on a different stratosphere, so to speak. But it wasn't meant to be.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay,
that's awesome that you're so comfortable with that. Okay.
Listen, it ended up being a joke. They decided they're going to test screen the movie a year and a half after we made it in Mobile and Birmingham, Alabama. This is where they're going to test screen Kidco. They do 2 duplexes. There was no multiplex the whole night. No, it was 2 duplexes.
Right.
So the same weekend that we're doing the Kidco test, the other movie in the theater, little movie nobody's ever heard of. Tom Hanks, Daryl Hannah, Splash.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
Who the hell is going to see Kidco?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good point.
That's 8 people.
That's just what it was. But
it is what it is.
Experience. I got to work with some really fun, good people.
Mm-hmm.
My dad in the movie was Charlie Hallahan, not a household name, but he's in the movie The Thing with Kurt Russell.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's the guy.
Oh, okay, I know who that is.
Yep. And the head comes off the table and grows legs and runs away.
Yeah.
He's my dad in Kidco.
That's awesome. Yeah. So if you could pick one theme song to describe your life, what would it be?
We ask a lot of questions here.
We bring the heat.
Holy shit, man.
That's why
Boy.
we do this podcast.
We try to be different. We want to know you as the human, not just Flick, right?
Yeah.
So
Oh my God. Yeah, but that's one of those, that's like a really you gotta think question. I'm a music fanatic.
okay,
Not
cool.
not new music, old, whatever.
That's fine.
Well,
yeah.
I am too.
I mean,
We get
oh
ready
my
for the
God. I mean,
jugular.
really, it's like If I Can Dream, the Elvis version from the comeback special.
Oh,
That would be one of them.
are you a big Elvis fan?
So is Bubba.
Oh, yeah.
I
Yeah.
love Elvis.
I love Elvis's Christmas
I
for sure.
well,
as life is strange, my dad was Elvis's company clerk in Germany in the army.
You would have an
wow.
Elvis story, Scott.
Wow.
That's
I've been,
amazing.
I've been an Elvis fan since I'm 3-4 years old. Actually, I have a picture. I don't think it's on my phone.
With you and Elvis.
Me. No, at 5. And I'm wearing an Elvis iron-on t-shirt.
Nice.
All right, what do you want to hear? Come on.
Okay, so is there an actor or an actress?
No, what do you want to hear? Where are you going? Hold the question. What are you doing?
Oh, you want to sing for us now?
We're caught in a trap. I can't walk out. Because you love me too much, baby.
Yeah.
Well, Bubba, every time he does karaoke, he sings Elvis. So you guys could,
Well,
I do.
Scott, I do it at wedding receptions. People actually
He's done it at my
ask for-
wedding.
Yeah. But if I could remember 10 songs, I would have been in Vegas. If I could remember 10 Elvis songs, I would have been in Vegas and I would have been whatever. And I do like singing it and seeing it. Like it's just, and women flock. They don't flock to me, but I mean, I've sung to my other half in the house, and I mean, it's awesome. Elvis is that's why he's the king.
I do it all the time. In the Ghetto, Suspicious Minds.
Thank you very much.
Like remote. I was going to sing a song, but the colonel told me I can't do it, baby. But I've been doing this since I'm a kid.
Right.
And I mean, I had a blast doing it. There's a Elvis impersonator in Vegas. His name is Justin Shandor. He's done Elvis. He's Elvis impersonator of the year, the whole 9 yards.
Nice.
And, I've known him since he's 17.
Oh wow,
Scott! If you ever come to Pittsburgh or in that vicinity, we will get together and we'll go karaoke and we'll sing Elvis.
That's easy.
And
That's great.
Make a night of it.
Yeah, I love karaoke.
The American Trilogy, How Great Thou Art. I mean, I
can't help falling in love. I sing that at all the wedding receptions. That's the one. Yes.
Okay, now, but which version you see?
Ooh, it's in the D. It's in the D version because sometimes it's
the really. I mean, in my opinion, but the best version is the Aloha alternative version.
Okay.
Falling in love with you. You can't beat that.
Yeah, I go a little deeper because I'm a bigger individual, so I go a little deeper.
Hey, listen, I haven't had a drink in 2 hours, and I don't mean alcohol. I mean water in 2 hours and 6 minutes. You give me 5 minutes for the drink, and I mean let's go. I'm good.
Oh, this is awesome. Yeah. Oh, this is the king shit right here.
I was doing a show in Tampa. This was years ago, and they were having performances. So I said, listen, I'm going to do Elvis. I said, it's not being shown for television or nothing. You can do whatever you want. He's like, nice. You're kidding, right? I said, no. Well, I got the jumpsuit. I got the whole thing.
Yeah. You got the Elvis shades?
And of course.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It was great. It was great. There's a book. There's a reason why I say this. There's a book. It's called The Shades of Elvis.
Huh.
It's all celebrities from all different walks, of the United States, whatever, wearing Elvis's sunglasses, from David Lee Roth to Steve Perry to Elton John, David Copperfield, Eddie Van Halen. The photography is psychotic.
Awesome.
The guy who did oh god,
Bubba, you didn't make the book.
Christopher Amoruso,
I didn't make the book.
The photographer. The Shades of Elvis. If you buy this book, you're gonna send me an email and go, you know what, dude, this is awesome. I mean, the different photos and the way that he did it, but that everybody's wearing.
Oh
Elvis.
yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I did the heavy Elvis one time. I dressed up and I had to get a paint suit because I'm a big dude. And then I gave flowers to the girls. And it was when I worked at the bar, and I saved my boss a lot of money. I'm like, hey, Steve, I'll do it for free. And I did. He just gave me the costume. I went out and I just sang like 3 songs. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, well, I
do Neil Diamond, Barry Manilow.
I just love the karaoke.
Oh God, Mac the Knife, Bobby Darin. You know, I mean, I do Elvis. You know.
I'm telling you, come to Western Pennsylvania, you hook up, we'll do karaoke. I'm not shitting you either. Like I love the karaoke. I just did it last week at work, and I work at a place I sing all the time. I can't be a lead singer.
I sing all the time. I got a friend of mine who owns a pizzeria here. It's 5 minutes from my house. I'm over there hanging out with him today, and he had best hits of the 70s. That was on, you know, the TV, whatever.
Yeah.
And I knew every freaking song, you know, and the Latino women, the 2 girls that worked there, you know, it's all, you know, it was like all easy rock love songs. And I'm singing every song. And they're like, well, you don't want to sing to me? Sure, I'll come here. And whatever it was, it didn't matter.
Yeah.
Whether it was Steppenwolf or what, you know, whatever. I didn't care. It was a blast.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Nice. That is awesome.
Thank you very much.
I didn't know you were I didn't know you're an Elvis fan.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Besides the wrestling, Elvis.
I know.
Oh man.
I mean, besides these 2, I think you're my new best friend. Music, wrestling, pop culture in general. You're perfect for this podcast. So
yeah.
But
anytime you want to come on,
I got this. Oh, I love Sinatra's My Way.
Okay.
Yeah. Elvis does My Way.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
You know. Oh, I'll kill that. You know.
Pat Patterson's favorite, by the way.
And so I face the final curtain. I sang it to Pat Patterson.
No way.
Yeah.
You're kidding me.
What did he say when you sang to him?
Pat was my smoking buddy.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that.
Outside the arenas, and we'd go into the garage, and we were out there. And it just came up one time, and then I started singing it. And it was every time we got to do something, you know. In the ghetto. I mean, whatever it was, we just, you know, Pat was wonderful.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this is awesome.
That's awesome. And we had our first musical performance on the podcast. So
yeah, this is the first time ever.
So I'm going to go to the next question though. If there is a actor or an actress that you've worked with that you would never want to work with again, and you can not answer that if you don't want to, but you always have that option.
Never really had one.
Oh, that's awesome.
I never had just the, you know, really, you know, I mean, I guess there is one person, but it's not because of his acting. He's just a prick, you know, so it's nothing to do with me. And it was a low budget movie piece of crap. So who gives a shit?
Yeah.
But
other than that, I mean, like all the 3 big movies I did. And even when I worked with Frank a couple times, Stallone and Richard Lynch and the guy that was Borat's buddy in the first he said guy. Yeah. Him. I mean, I've been very, very lucky to work with just really good people.
That's
you know,
awesome.
I mean, Peter, you know, he grows up from Ralphie, you know, and then I was going to Chicago for an autograph signing, and they were doing the breakup in Chicago. And I called him up and I said, Pete, you're there. I'm coming, you know, can I come over? Sure, come on over, you know. And there's Vince Vaughn and Jason Bateman and Jennifer Aniston, you know. Jennifer was going through that Brad Pitt nonsense. So Pete says, listen, just don't bother Jennifer. She's just having, you know, a rough go. No problem, whatever. And I'm making a cup of coffee and a bagel, and she comes up next to me. What are you supposed to do?
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Do you want a bagel?
No, I just looked at her and I said, hi, how you doing? She said, I'm good. How you doing? I said, good. She said, who are you? I said, I'm friends with Peter. I did a Christmas story. Oh, that's wonderful. That's so, oh, yes, I know who you are. That's so nice to meet you. Da-da-da. And, you know, and I was a big fan of her dad's. You know, he was an actor, you know. So, I mean,
Days of Our Lives.
Oh,
Stefano
D'Amira.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Stefano D'Amira. I loved him. Loved, great character. He's the Darth Vader of fucking Days of Our Lives. Is great.
Yeah. With Marlena and all that bit. Yeah, that was his.
Bo and Hope.
Yeah.
I was
Oh,
I
my
I
God.
loved Hope when I was 12, 13, at 3:00 in the
But
afternoon.
you're 50. Do you remember the Cassadines when Elizabeth Taylor was doing General Hospital with Luke and Laura?
I remember General Hospital with Luke and Laura, and that was big time with was it Tony?
was
Tony, yeah. I mean, yeah, and I try to know a lot of the old TV trivia because that's what I did. I mean, we had 2 or 3 channels. Now you got like 17,000 channels. So
My dad being the window cleaner, he could go and he just ran his own schedule. He would literally set the timer on the VCR for 12 o'clock or 11:30 every morning on ABC and run it, and he would record Ryan's Hope, All My Children, One Life to Live, and General Hospital.
well, I used to like Santa Barbara and Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. That's what I mean. It's no one. They're like, what the hell are you talking about, Bubba? And I'm like, no, Texas was a soap opera. It was like a spinoff of Another World.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're like,
Yeah.
oh,
Like,
Bubba,
one
what
of
the hell?
the guys I still want to meet that I just haven't yet is Christopher Cross. The singer. Because he does the theme from Arthur, but he also does, the theme for the General Hospital,
Okay.
there was a Think of Laura, Luke and Laura. Oh my God, it was great.
That was big. That was big.
It was massive.
I just like Hope and Bo because Bo was a badass. I don't know. I know.
And Hope is a sweetheart.
Yeah.
I've met 2 different Hope. They're wonderful.
Yeah.
I've met
That's
Marlena.
No way. My
Ah.
goodness. What
Yeah.
haven't you done, Scott? So
And who haven't you met?
is
They have the 7 degrees of separation with Kevin Bacon. You
Yeah.
can do it with me, and I'm literally 2, maybe 3 at the most. You can name almost anybody, and I'll be like,
Sounds like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
I have one, but
That's
I'm not
awesome.
going to mention it. But me and you have a degree, and it's not even 6 degrees, Scott.
Go ahead.
Well, I this is going to get me killed. I met Ginger Lynn many years ago.
Why would that kill you? She's been my friend for
Right? No.
34
Well, it
years.
was my other half, and I just that was my only degree. She was real nice. I met
Ginger
her
is
years ago.
wonderful.
Yes.
I just sent her some stuff a month ago, 6 weeks ago, whatever. I found some stuff in the garage that had her on it. And I'm like, hey,
Right.
I'm sending you the stuff. Okay, fine.
And I met her.
Nice.
I met her at the time when I think it was her and Charlie at the time. Because this is many years ago. Many years ago.
I know when it was.
Yeah, you know the whole story. I'm just an innocent bystander, but that was me and you is our 6 degree of separation, but it's not 6. It's
1.
It's a small world.
Well, maybe you can do karaoke one day and, close in that gap there. So,
Yeah.
Is there a time you ever wish you weren't a celebrity, Scott?
Yeah, there was.
Probably now.
No. No. I was
Like on the
16, 17, 18. I was tired of being the kid from the toy. I really was.
Yeah.
It was just everywhere. And it's not like the TMZs and that kind of shit. No, it was every time I go to the store, go to a mall, whatever, there would be people 20, 30 feet away from me. And I'd be there with my friend Andy or whatever. And I'd say to him, 30 seconds, they're coming over. He's like, what are you talking about? I said, dude, I heard it already. Because I heard the mumbling going on, and I could hear it 30 feet away. And he said to me, dude, how do you do this?
Yeah.
My ears are just used to it,
Yeah, that would suck. Like Peter Parker, spider sense was tingling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My uncle lived in Southfield, Michigan, and he had a little bit of fame of his own, a local fame, His name was Alan Schwartz, the singing window washer, and a comic too. That was his shtick. And every store he took me into, it's my movie star nephew. And I'm like, how about just your nephew? Can we just get to that again? And so we went to a Pistons game, and a friend of his had gotten us seats right under the basket on the floor, right? And it's coming down to the horn blows. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Palace of Auburn Hills, blah, blah, blah. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a celebrity in the house. In my head, I was ready to explode. I'm thinking, oh my God, you've got to be shitting me. You got to be kidding me. They go, ladies and gentlemen, Alan Schwartz, the singing window washer, is here. I couldn't have been any happier. Could not have been any happier.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
People were coming over and taking pictures with him. He had been in the newspaper, on the radio, all this stuff. Nobody bothered me. It was great.
That was
Yeah.
awesome. That was his greatest
That's funny.
hour.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, so is there a movie, a series, or sitcom that you weren't in, but you would love to have the opportunity to be in?
I'm one of those believers in everybody's supposed to have that job. So I wouldn't say that. But if you're gonna say if something that you just absolutely loved, Entourage would have been great. I knew it
Yeah.
had on the damn show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was another show on Showtime called Episodes with
Yeah.
Matt LeBlanc. And I'd done a pilot with Matt way back when. But it was one of those shows that was so well written and so hilarious. That would have been fun. I mean, could you say Seinfeld or something? Of course, whatever, I mean, Larry
Star
Thomas,
Wars, that would be mine.
I was too young. I was a
Yeah,
kid, so I
right.
would have been, 8, 9 years old. It wouldn't have worked. But but like Larry Thomas, he did the Soup Nazi. And he's on screen for 4 minutes and he's making a living doing the Soup Nazi bit. And it's the most hysterical thing. Now, I've probably watched that bit from Seinfeld 500 times. And I still laugh my ass off.
Yep.
Because it's just great. It was great writing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So last question here before we let you go. We appreciate you giving all this time, but
Dude, it's no problem for me.
Out of all your accomplishments, what do you want to be known for?
Surviving? No. I think it's pretty much etched in stone at this point that I'm always going to be the tongue with the guy on the flagpole.
I think you've proven with this podcast that you're so much more than that.
There's a variety of talent that you have that I didn't know.
Well, thank you.
No, I mean,
it's kind of like that thing you leave behind is the legacy. I don't have any kids. I probably won't have any kids at this point. I'm just too damn old and not going to.
Never say never. Never say never.
Oh no. No.
Okay.
I got enough friends with enough kids. I'm Uncle Scotty to all of them. I will spoil the shit out of them, but then they get to go home.
Yeah.
But there you go.
But also too, you said you're getting this book finished. So maybe when this book is finished, that could be something huge.
But it's the legacy you leave behind.
But that
it has to. But a book is a book. It's not.
No. That book can turn into something, and your legacy is the book. But if it turns into something else, because it's going to tell your whole story. So
maybe, listen, I'm comfortable being who I am and what I've done.
I understand
proud of the work that I did, and extremely appreciative of the fans and people, and and I'm a pretty easygoing guy, and I mean I can meet people and I'm friends with them 5 minutes later, and that's just how I am. But I believe in being a good person.
You're definitely a friend of this show now after this interview
but Christmas Story is probably going to be the legacy that I leave behind, which is fine. Again, I mean, I'm not fucking Charles Manson, it's okay, fine, and there's a lot, I mean, there's unfortunately, even when I was doing the minor consideration stuff, I mean, I was friends with Gary Coleman and Dana Plato, I never met River Phoenix, but we know what happened. Jonathan, from Sequest.
Right. I remember him. Yeah.
I mean, just people that, maybe if you could have talked to them, you could have said something, maybe it would have changed their paths. You just don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I talked to Dana 3 weeks before she accidentally overdosed. I mean, it's there've been a lot of friends that I've known. There's a girl you'll know who she is because of her name, but in name only. Katya Sassoon. She was Vidal Sassoon's daughter. I dated her in high school. 33 years old. She got 2 kids, ODs. Couldn't get off the coke. It's like, could you have maybe something? I ran into this is now. Oh God, I was doing the radio show. It's got to be 3 years ago, maybe 4, between 3 and 4 years ago. And Justin Bieber walked into this deli restaurant that I had just walked out of.
Boy. Yeah,
I had done the minor consideration, whatever. And my friend that was with me, she's like, "You're really not going to go?" I said, "Oh yes, I am. There's no question. I have to." So I turned around and I went back in, and he's got one guy sitting outside the booth, 2 guys sitting with him in the booth. And I walked over. They'd just gotten their menus. I said, and I walked up, and the guy's like, "Can I help you?" I said, "No." They're like, "Well, did you want something?" I said, "Yeah, I just want to talk to him." I said, "I'm not a fan." They're done. I'm not a fan. I don't want an autograph. I don't want a picture. I just want to say a few things. I'll leave. No problem. Okay. Nice. So I went to introduce myself to Justin. He really didn't know who I was, but the other two guys that was with him knew who I was.
Okay.
And I gave him a bunch of advice about, Hollywood and things to look out for and this and that and pitfalls. And, hey, listen, go find a chick, make babies, go buy a house outside of LA, get the hell out of here. You got plenty of money, blah, blah, whatever. And it was like 6 months later when him and Haley Baldwin hooked up. And of course, he buys the house in Toronto and all of a sudden he's getting married. And I'm like, did anything I say maybe resonate? I don't know. I haven't seen him since, but, gave him a little bit of advice and, he's not all fucked up. And, hopefully the rest of his life, he can just have a successful career and make money and be happy,
Yeah. Yeah. He started making music again, I think. So
it's what I want for all of us. Being a child star or an ex-child star, whatever you want to call it, it's not easy, especially in this era of social media and all this stuff that comes out. I mean, these poor kids, they get lambasted every day. I didn't get that because we didn't have it.
Yeah.
Right.
So, I mean, I really, really feel for them. I mean, they've got to be strong-willed and they've got to have an inner strength that they don't know they have until they need it. I had that. I didn't know I needed it, but I had it, and I used it when I needed to use it, and I the giving back thing, it's just something that I've done,
Yeah, that's great.
No, I mean, that's a good answer.
That's a
Scott,
great answer.
Again, we appreciate your time so much. You spent a lot of time with us and we greatly appreciate it.
Dude,
so much.
Come on. You gonna tell me Bub and Cable ain't got no questions? Come on, dude. That's it.
Oh, I have tons of questions.
I don't. Yeah,
we
need to do a
back.
part two.
I want to bring you back. I want to bring you back because it's so interesting, and I didn't want to, you know what I mean? Because I seen you on other podcasts. I seen this one where you were on for 5 hours, and I have no clue. You know what I mean? I was like, holy heck! And you were like, and the guy had a couple dolls or something. I don't know. People are crazy. But
do you ever get sick of doing these podcasts? That's another question.
Yeah, that's a good question.
No,
you get bored doing these, and you're like, some of these guys are like jerk offs. And how do you?
There's a couple of them. No, there's a couple of them that they should not be doing podcasts. No. They're like, okay,
yeah,
and then I'm going, oh Jesus, man, you got to give me something.
Is it us? Are you talking about us?
No, we hope you enjoyed being on here as much as we enjoyed having you. Seriously,
you guys are fun. You guys have personalities. You guys are fun, and you're cool, and you got questions, and you want to. Okay, fine. You want to bounce back and forth. I like that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, we wanted to know the real
really happy
Scotty.
to hear that.
That means you're coming back. That means you want to come back.
And you're going to sing for us too.
Yeah.
Elvis, yeah.
I'm telling you, you come to Western PA, and we're going karaoke, and by God. And we're going to have a good time. Man. And we're going to have a good time, Scott, because I tell you what, Mav will tell you, he's never had a bad time.
Nope.
Not that I'm like, whatever. I just like to have a good time.
I have a good time all the time. Listen,
that's what I love to do.
I've seen life, and again, this is kind of how I describe it. Our lives are like fish bowls. Okay. Every day we kind of have people in our fish bowl, and it depends on the job you have or the places you go. Right. Most people have a fish bowl of probably between 10 and 20 people. So they have a pretty small fish bowl. Okay. I have a fish bowl that's enormous because I travel the country and I've worked
about the size of Canada. Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
And I went through a period from the end of 2009. It literally was New Year's, the 2 days after, January 2nd or 3rd when I found out what had happened. But from that point, for the next 16 months, I had 18 people pass away. I went to 12 funerals.
Yeah, I feel
every time the phone rang, I thought somebody had died. Literally, every time the phone was, Corey Haim dies on March 10th of 10. That's a Thursday morning. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 3 days later. My best friend Kenny, since second grade, his mom passed away. Who was like second mom to me. I knew her since I was literally 3.5 years old. She used to come into the 7-Eleven. My mom managed.
Yeah.
So, I mean, so when I got through this period of just crap, I kind of reflected and said, all right, what is this about? What is our game of life about? It's about survival. but it's about being happy. None of these people that passed away would want you miserable.
Yeah.
You know, nobody.
Right.
I mean, you know,
and remembering the good times that you had with these people too. That's how I remember when I go to. I mean, no one likes to go, and I've been going to a lot of viewings myself, and I don't like to, and I get very emotional, but I try to remember the good times. So
yeah, I mean, when Barry Bonds' father passed away, when Bobby passed away, I was staying at Barry's house. I was with him. You know, they're talking about him. It was the weirdest thing. And he's watching ESPN, and they're talking about his dad and about the whole thing. He's sitting next to me. You know,
wow,
that kind of stuff. And you go and then you say, and I said goodbye to Pop, and I gave him a kiss and on his forehead, and it was cold and whatever. And I put a little note in his pocket, a personal joke between me and him. You know, but they would want you to be happy. You know, Richard Donner, from the director of The Toy, and of course Superman, The Omen, Lethal Weapon. He's gone a couple of months already. You know. And I would see him from time to time, and up to the last, year and a half since COVID. And I'd say, "What's up, boss?" And he'd say, "Hey, Junior, how are you?" But we don't get those smiles and those laughs now, And from Corey Pryor and Gleason and Wilfred Hyde White and Ned Beatty's not doing so hot. Charlie, my dad, they're all gone. Bob Clark is gone. I've lost a lot of pieces. A Bubba.
Yes, sir.
Now I'm going to give you a name.
Okay.
Let's see how good you are.
I hope I'm as good as people tell me I am.
There's a reason why, guys, I picked him. You'll understand in a second.
Oh, geez.
Erica Boyer. She's from the same generation as Ginger. Okay. She was my homie.
Okay.
She was my laughing buddy. I mean, we laughed so hard you have no idea. I mean,
those are cool people too. I mean,
she was the first one. She was New Year's Eve of 2010. She got hit by an off-duty highway patrolman in Florida crossing the street to see her son and her husband for New Year's Eve dinner, and he hit her. That started the roll,
Okay.
And but we grow from it. We learn from it. But you have to understand, we're here to live, not exist. Every day. Laugh, smile, tell a joke, sing a song. The one question none of us know is when.
Yeah.
Nobody can answer that question.
No, you're absolutely right.
So every day.
In the immortal words of Drake, I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
Well, we don't know that. He's pretty young.
Yeah. But in the grand sense, nobody's here for a long time.
And it doesn't matter who you are.
Right.
Life goes on.
Yeah.
I mean, Steve Jobs, guy's worth $gazillion, don't matter. He's human, and this was the Lord's plan, and that's where he goes. Okay. To anybody you want to name, from Humphrey Bogart, Montgomery Clift, Charlton Heston, Lou Gehrig, Babe Ruth. This is life.
Yep.
We go through it. And we're here
every day's an adventure, I believe. I mean, that's how I go. I mean, I rock and roll roller coaster, whatever. Try to be as positive as I can be in doing stuff I do, and I'm sure you're the same way. And I know these other guys. We're all three of us are positive in the stuff that we do, and that's how we want to. That's how we want to be.
You said that rock and roll. So it's a cute little story. Do you know who Claudia Wells is?
I'm going to say she's probably the same as
actress. No.
Okay.
She was the first Jennifer in the first Back to the Future.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I should know that. I love Back to the Future.
She owns a men's clothing store here in the San Fernando Valley, in Studio City. And I'm in there one day, and she's got a little dressing room with a little curtain, whatever. And she's throwing clothes at me. Try this on, try this on, try this on, whatever. So first it's all the shirts. So I've got no shirt on. She's throwing me shirts. I'm trying on shirts. Then she's throwing on 2 pairs of pants. Okay, I try them on. A guy walks by wearing a baseball hat, and he's got his head down. He walks by. And I hear them chit-chatting. I'm standing there. I got my underwear on, and I'm waiting for her to hand me another pair of pants. So I stick my head out. You know what I mean? I guess the bottom is open about this much. And, I got my underwear on, whatever. So the guy comes walking back. And he's got his head down, whatever. And he stopped. He comes back and he looks up and he says, "Dude, put some pants on." Eddie Van Halen.
No way.
Oh shit!
That's
Nice.
amazing.
Wow.
I want to know.
That's funny.
Van Halen, somebody put my pants on.
Yeah.
Scott, that's chapter 16 in your book right there.
That's not even in the book. It's so funny.
Well, it should be. It'd be like, you know, I mean, yeah, that's awesome.
Rock and roll, you know.
Yeah,
Rock and roll.
absolutely.
Rock and roll.
I'm working at the Comedy Store, and I went to the '89 MTV Music Awards. George Michael had come in the club, and he wanted to make sure they got a private place to sit. So I sat him in a corner, whatever. Took care of him. It was great. He was nice, you know. Hello, how are you? Okay. So his guy is like, oh, you know, we got extra passes for the MTV Music Awards if you want to come. Duh. Sure. Okay. So I go, and I got there a few minutes before them, and I waited, and here comes the limo. Okay, fine. And they all get out, and they get their passes. He hands me a pass. Okay. I had all access pass. I'm backstage. Okay.
Yeah.
And that was the night that Andrew Dice Clay went off.
Mm.
Oh, okay.
He did his thing. And I'm standing 6 feet from Dick Clark. And anybody out of don't, hopefully nobody gets offended. But he goes, that motherfucker wasn't supposed to tell those jokes. I'm like in shock.
Yeah.
I'm standing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Coming from Dick Clark's mouth, that is huge.
I'm
Yes.
not
Yeah.
kidding.
Huge.
I walked outside, grabbed my cell phone. I called my mother. I said, Mom, you're not going to believe this. Dick Clark just said, motherfucker. So it was the Dead or Alive acoustic that Bon Jovi did with John and, oh my God.
Richie.
Thank you. Zambora.
That's okay.
Richie was on this side. John's on this side, and I'm on that side of the stage. So I'm closest to John. So he comes off the stage, and he's schwitzing. He's sweating his brains out. And he looks at me and goes, is that a pass? I said, yeah. He says, okay, here. He hands me his guitar. Come with me. Because, you know, he's just like, all right. So he's taking off his shirt, and he's heading to the backstage, whatever. So I started chit-chatting with him. I said, John, nice to meet you. Yeah. I said, hey, I know all your cousins. He goes, what? Dude, I grew up in Bridgewater, New Jersey. Your cousins have the Bon Giovini Funeral Home in Raritan. They all went to school with me at Bridgewater West. He's like, no shit. So I got to talk to Bon Jovi for a couple minutes, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, and then there's George Michael, and there's Madonna, and I'm just standing there going, yep, I certainly belong in this room. Okay, you know.
That's awesome.
That's amazing.
That is awesome. It's
These
all
stories and stories.
connections.
But honestly, Scott, before we get out of here, would you want to come back?
Sure, why not?
Oh, that's awesome. Because
You guys are
we
fun.
would love to have you, because
Yeah.
this was truly an experience,
Mhm.
and that's what we're all about.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe you could show off some more of your memorabilia, and we could talk about
Yeah.
anything you want.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what's handy. Yeah, I mean, I've got let's see, I've got Steve Austin's cooler from Ring.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Any beer in it?
Although
No
I
Steve
do have
Weiser.
some Steve Austin beers.
Oh,
I don't drink them. I just look at them, but I have
Sure.
Yeah.
them.
The Broken Skull IPA.
Oh,
or-
God.
Yeah,
But like I said, if you're interested, we would love, like the three of us, I know
yeah.
we would love to have you back, and you have like stories on stories, and we
Absolutely.
this is one of the great interviews that we've ever done, and it was purely entertaining, and
Yeah.
I am so happy.
I'm glad you guys had fun.
No,
Oh, you're so much fun.
I'm hoping.
This is great.
I hope that you had fun hanging out with us.
Yeah.
Do I look like I'm not enjoying myself?
No, you do. You do.
Well, you're an actor though. So.
Singing and whatever. I don't care. You know.
I mean, you could be like, oh, those guys from Western Pennsylvania, those guys.
Well,
had-
I already know that I have to open up the next time I'm on the show. I've got to open it up with a new song. You know, I've got to.
There you go.
That's
Nice.
true.
Just
We'll
came
be
on
ready.
the podcast to say hello.
That's
Couldn't
awesome.
sleep at all tonight. You know, maybe we can do. You know, well, I don't know. Can you're the male. You're the deeper voice, right?
Me, yeah.
So if we
No.
do, you don't bring me flowers. I have to do the Streisand part.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't have a high pitch unless someone's tweaking my nut or something. I don't know. I don't know. You know what I mean,
Give
Scott?
me a glass of hot tea. I'll hit it. Don't worry about it. You know.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Hey
God.
Scotty, anything you want to plug
All the
before?
girls I've loved before.
Who went and out
Traveled in and
inside
out
my
the door.
door?
Well, you kind of got to
I'm
do
glad
it.
they came along.
We
I
dedicate this
dedicate
song
song Sorry, I just
You know.
This is amazing.
You only
This
live
is
once.
amazing.
I don't know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know.
That-
If I can dream of a sun where hope keeps shining on every
Rewind.
I'm doing this with a dry mouth 2 hours and 35 minutes in.
I know, and that's great. I'm telling you, karaoke. I'm and you know what, Scott? You can come to my house. I got the Triple B bar downstairs, and we'll do karaoke because I do Christmas karaoke. Do it worldwide. People think I'm crazy, but hey,
No, Bubba, you can do better than that. Remember that
karaoke if you paid me. I don't
What?
do Christmas. I'm a Jew. What?
Yeah.
I'm a Dago, whatever. You know, I don't know.
Anyway,
there's like a song that you have in your head that you just go when you hear it, you just go, oh Jesus. Well, for me, it's Feliz Navidad. Okay, it's just one of those songs. Now, I love Jose Feliciano, whatever.
Sure. I'm
at a friend of mine's. We had a Christmas party, and Jose Feliciano walks in. He's got his wife with him. He's got his guitar, the whole thing, whatever. And he starts playing, and he gets to Feliz Navidad. And I'm sitting there, and of course, Jose's blind, and I'm telling my friend, you got to tell him, stop. You're killing me here. So my friend Chris taps on his shoulder. He says, Jose, Scotty, our friend that's here, he's not Catholic. He's not Christian. He's Jewish, whatever. He says, oh, I can sing, no problem. He starts doing Feliz Hanukkah. and I'm going, okay, now we got this. Now,
that's amazing.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. Scott, any plugs before we get out of here? Anything you want to leave the listeners with? Or you mentioned the book.
Well, the book's next year. We'll plug the book later. We're going to be in, let's see, I'll be for those people in and around the Washington, D.C. area, I'm going to be in Chantilly, Virginia, doing the CSA sports show in 2 weeks. It's the weekend of, because I know that you're not going to put this up right away. It's the 22nd, 23rd, 24th of October.
Okay.
And then the following weekend, the 29th, 30th, 31st, I'll be at the Chiller Theater Show in Parsippany, New Jersey. And then the weekend of Thanksgiving, myself, I do it by character. Scott Farkas, the bully, Grover Dill, and Randy, the little brother. We're going to be in Rome, New York. You can look it up on Facebook, Christmas Story Family. And for those people in upstate New York, that's where we're going to be. I'm going to be at a shop in, it's like an hour 15 north of Seattle, Turf and Stuff, Tough and Turf Sports, something like that. I'll be up there. I'm around, but if you go to the Christmas Story Family page, there's always stuff that you can intermingle with us. The VIP page, we're on there. I sell autographs of Ralphie and BB guns and all kinds of pictures and posters and all that kind of shit.
Nice.
We personalize stuff and we're all pretty good, to the fans. But
Cool.
that's pretty much it. My Facebook page is Scott Schwartz Actor. That's the one you can go to and follow me there because I put events up there and stuff. I don't do it all the time, but now that I got a lot of stuff lined up, I'll do it a week or two in advance, but
cool.
That's it.
Awesome.
Sounds good.
Scott,
Well, like
you
I
are
said,
a gem.
again,
Thank you so much.
thank
Greatly
you so
appreciate
much,
it.
Thank you
Scott.
very much.
Elvis has just left the building. And that's you, Scott.
So much fun. This
Yes.
was
This is
awesome.
And I'll be in touch, Scott. So we're definitely having you back on. Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
You're
like
right now. It's like, you get past this point and I start traveling. I'm gone.
right.
I think I'm home 2 weekends the rest of the year after next week.
Right. But I totally understand that because you are busy and when we playing phone tag and stuff like that. So I totally understand. But
listen,
we'll
I just got back from Tennessee. I did the Hazard Fest. Mm-hmm. The week before that, I was in New Jersey. The week before that, I was in where the hell was I?
And the holiday seasons are coming upon us. So I know you're busy.
No, there was one more trip before that. But I'm going to be in Tampa the first weekend in November. At the Tampa toy show and collectibles show. I'll be there. It's nonstop.
You got my number. Please stay in touch and I'll be in touch with you whenever you can come back. And I know you're busy. And
I always say, don't take it the wrong way, but nope. I get how many requests. You have no idea. My
I
box,
know you.
like
You get
20.
thousands. Thousands, I'm
Yeah,
guessing.
it's like, and sometimes I can do them, sometimes I just can't. Some people, one guy every date on the schedule, I'm like, I'm flying that day. No good. You got to give me how about this day? I'm flying that day.
Right.
I'm like, dude, you can't pick Fridays and Sundays. I'm like, you got to hit me on a Tuesday or Wednesday or a Thursday. Okay, sometimes Thursday, like last Thursday, I'm gone.
Right.
I think you did that. I think you said the 8th or the 12th.
Yeah, it was a Friday. Yeah. Yeah.
And I said, dude, I'll be in.
Yep. And you told me, and I'm like, hey, that's cool. Yep. Yeah.
Well,
We just try to get them when we can. Yeah, we made it work, and we're pretty flexible, but we do appreciate you coming on and then telling your stories, and we will definitely have you back, Scott. Definitely.
Yeah, it's been an honor. We appreciate it.
Yeah, you guys are fun.
Thank you.
Cool.
Go.
Glad to hear it.
Go Pen.
That's right. That's right. We
I'm
won
actually,
tonight.
I'm actually a Blackhawks guy, so I'm sorry.
Okay. No, that's all right. It's all right.
Okay.
It's the only hockey team I've ever followed. My uncle was in Detroit. I followed the Red Wings a little bit, but the Penguins for years and years and years and years and years and years, whatever. Gretzky's gone. I can vote, whatever.
Right.
Lemieux was great. Lemieux was great. Gretzky was greater. That's just the way it is.
Well, he's
I'm a homer. I'm a Genza.
There are guys that change the map.
Yeah.
That changed the game. And I mean, Gretzky was that guy. He just changed the game.
Mm-hmm.
It's why I like basketball. Well, who's the greatest player of all time? You can argue all day, all night, but they mixed the decades.
Yeah.
And it's so hard because they changed the rules.
Yep. The game changed.
If you really want to go, okay, who changed the game? Will Chamberlain changed the game. They changed the basket from 9 feet to 10 feet because of him, because of his dunking all the time.
True.
He changed the game.
True.
Yep.
Who's the greatest of all time? Well, you can fight there, Michael Jordan, because that's our generation.
But right now, Scott Schwartz is the greatest on the Triple B experience. That's what I'm going with.
Ready? Now I'm going to blow your mind. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Go to YouTube. Okay. Go to YouTube.
Okay.
And look up Rocky, 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 A Christmas Story.
Okay.
Okay.
Have to check that
I
out.
hit a half-court hook shot at a Denver Nuggets game.
No way.
Okay.
That's
Nice.
awesome.
Swish.
Okay. We're going to do that.
There is nobody else can do that either. I've been in the wrestling ring. I've done the Randy Macho Man elbow off the top rope. I was 50 years old. My mother said, "You're crazy." I said, "Mom, I've waited 40 years to do this, man. Do it."
Yeah.
They all thought I was nuts. Lawler was there. And he's like, "You sure about this?" I said, "Absolutely, I'll be fine." And the guy that I was going to land on, he's like, "Do you know what you're doing?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Okay." And he weighed like 320, 340. I couldn't
take it. Like a mattress.
Oh, yeah. And I did my 10, 12 feet off the top rope and landed perfect. And listen, there's almost nothing I won't try. If I want to do it, I'm doing it, man.
Well, good.
We're glad you tried this show.
Karaoke, and then you can give Bubba the elbow drop because he's around that size as well. So
yes, I am.
Perfect.
I'm trying to lose
The
weight.
sharp babe has the teeth, dear, and it shows them pearly white. Whatever you want.
Perfect.
Oh my God, this is awesome.
Thanks,
Thank you, Scott. Thank you, Scott.
You're amazing.
So much. Thank
Thank
you.
you. We appreciate it.
Listen,
Thank you.
stay well, stay safe. Everybody, you and your families, you stay healthy, all right?
We appreciate
too.
it. You too.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate
You got
everything. Thank you.